Let's see how we did.
Hey guys, welcome back. Joe again here from Their World Aquatics, and here we go, part 6 of the ornamental pond build out. Believe it or not, we need more rocks. We're almost there, way up here. So we're on the road, we're heading south on another good deal. So let's go get some new rocks down by the river. This is actually called Big Creek, and this is in the Chardon area, Chardon, Ohio. Beautiful layout. And so what we're doing is we're going through this whole thing and just being very picky on the specific ones that we need. Really trying to shoot for the flatter rocks that are going to help make up the waterfall. And believe it or not, this is in somebody's backyard. Absolutely gorgeous. So the river's down right now. This whole thing, he was talking to me earlier, can get as high as way over here on the left. So it'll rise up probably about 2 more feet, maybe 3, and the river really gets flowing. So, all right, it's time to put the camera down and start grabbing some more rocks. All right, guys, here's load number 4. We got some big boys here. All right, let me put the phone down so we can load this up. All right, guys, it's the next day. I tell you what, man, I came home and that was it. I was wiped out. But look at the truck, man. We are squatting. Great load. So definitely a special thanks to Ty and his father, Jim. Great people. Phenomenal area that they live at. Their whole layout of the property. Just a beautiful setting with how the creek actually goes right through their backyard. They've got a lot of acreage, and really great to meet these people. They helped out, and never know, I might be going back to grab some more, but here it is. I mean, this is a pretty good size load. I'm thinking that this could be it. I think this is the final package of rocks that we need. So all the rocks are out of the truck, as you can tell. Man, these things are heavy. Holy cow. And these big boys, kind of like this one here, and this one. Man, there's no lifting that up. That's just all out rolling. And even rolling, oh man, these things could be pushing 200, 250 pounds a pop. But at least they're up on the wall and they're a little bit more manageable. So I got those ready to go. And now, once again, during the night, we got hit again with some rain. So I'm pumping out the bottom of this pond. The hose is heading all the way over to the far side. And it is presently draining. So while that is happening, I'm getting ready to pull back the cover here and here, and we're going to start working on those keystones. I got to get those completed so that we can really start working the liner, especially on this side. I want to get this side done so we can really do the rock formation on the left. Then we're jumping back on this, and I think once this is kind of done and working its way around, that's going to clear up this area over here, and then it's going to be all about the skimmer box. So that being said, let me pull back the liner and let's get rolling on the keystones. Okay, so it's the following night, and you can see we've got the first one already poured. So this is all hardened up. I went ahead and moved all the boards, so we got a nice smooth transition there. And now this is all set up over here on the left side. It's not the prettiest thing, but it's going to work for what we got to do. So I just went ahead and filled that hollow section there. And like I said, that's the keystone, and we're all locked in together. So going to give that probably 24 more hours, and we'll break all that away. So for the rest of the night, I'm going to go ahead and jump probably right up here. I've got to move some of this stuff out of the way because I don't like the way this is shaping out right now. So that's where I'm heading next to work on that area, because I talked about this before. Not only do I want the main waterfall coming down this way, but if possible, if I can have some of it break away to the right and drop in kind of a smaller waterfall. So that's going to be probably a little tricky, but I think that's really going to probably come together once all the stones are in, and putting the final pieces on, and then obviously locking those rocks in there with the pond foam, and really trying to direct that water a little bit to the right. So all right, let me jump on the rocks on the upper section. All right, I got my partner in crime over here sitting in a chair. He's kind of supervising the whole thing, right? Yes.
Yes.
All right, so
that you, Sugar Bumps? Who the hell are you?
It's me, Sugar Bumps.
here's what we got, guys. The tops are done. I just showed you that a few seconds ago. The other one's covered up with the liner, but now that I'm starting to kind of work things in, tell you what, I'm forced to really cut off a big section of this liner because I'm really having issues shaping out this area. So got to break out the scissors, and here we go. I did that way over here, made it a little bit more manageable, but now I'm having the same situation over here where it's just, there's just so much, I can't fold it back to where I really need to go. So all right, let me break out some scissors. I'm going to do kind of a rough cut because I don't want to get too terribly close, because it's kind of one of those, as builds. We're just kind of going little by little, but I'd hate to cut off too much liner. So we'll probably leave ourselves at least maybe 30 inches of extra material just in case I mess something up. So, all right, let me cut this real quick.
You're crazy. Haven't you ever heard of the healing power of laughter? Now get out of here!
All right, that's a little nerve-wracking because you just don't know, but there's the piece I just cut off, and that is easily probably about 20, 25 feet in length and probably about 10, maybe 12 foot wide right there. So all right, so that'll give me the ability now to shape this out just a tad better and make a little bit more sense of this. So obviously this is going to be the very last part that we get into where the glass is going. So I've got a lot of extra real estate there on the liner because I got to believe that this is going to get pulled back up inside the bottom of the pond, and the glass is going to get attached first, and then the liner is going to get attached to the glass, which that's going to be a whole nother topic that I know that doesn't sound like it makes sense, but I think it's gonna make sense when I explain it. All right, let me go ahead and shape out this liner so we can put in some more rocks over here on the left side. All right, guys, it's been a couple days, and I think we're starting to make some progress finally. So this area now has been kind of cut out, starting to push everything back, shape this out. The top of the waterfall area is growing, and we are getting higher, and things are starting to favor a little bit more to the right. So a lot of the rocks are getting picked up right now and put into position. So one of the things I want to do right now is kind of work on this little lagoon area here, a little inlet. I'm going to put some rocks kind of right here in the front face. And then this area is going to get filled in with gravel because hopefully the fish will actually be able to come all the way up inside here. This will be about 12, 14 inches deep, I believe, in the end. So some gravel is starting to get spread around. You just can't see it. It's up inside there between the rocks, kind of beefing those areas up, kind of building them up as I'm stacking. But it's starting to make some progress. Things are starting to happen. Liner's getting pushed back in to all the little nooks and crannies, and all those little voided areas are getting rocked. So, all right. So tomorrow, I have somebody coming over tomorrow to help me move this rock right here. This is a big boy right here. I tried to attempt to move that myself, but that one's a little out of my league. It's probably pushing 250 on that one, but I need to get that one way up inside over here. So we're going to move that one tomorrow. And there is, I believe, two more big ones over here. This one right here is going to be the top cap, as you know. And just probably these two big ones right here. So, all right, but other than that, we're getting it. Things are really starting to take shape now. All right, just a quick update. So a couple of guys were over here just a few minutes ago. We managed to move this one, this big boy right here. We repositioned this one, the top cap over there, and there's actually one more on the far side. So those definitely took 3 people to get in position, but where I'm at now, it's time to hook up the liner to the waterfall box here for the waterfall itself. So going ahead and removing these 4 screws here, and then the liner itself is going to be coming up this front face and going between these 2 pieces right here. So I'm going to go ahead and put the camera down, open this up, and we'll start getting the liner in position. Alright, so a couple items are starting to show up. I just ordered a dozen cans off of Amazon, and there is the black foam that we're going to be hooking up to the gun. So we got a dozen of these, and obviously on the right we've got a can of the cleaner. So you're going to see how that's going to work here in a little bit, because you want to clean out the gun when you're done shooting foam for the day, or you're going to kind of screw up the whole thing. But the big thing that just happened is we finally got the filter. Look at this monster right here. So this is a GC-TEC. I'm going to probably throw a picture of it on the screen right now so you can see what this thing looks like once it's all put together, because right now we've got parts and pieces all over the place, and right now it just doesn't probably make sense, but it's going to in due time. Even comes with 2 massive Hayward motors, so that's really going to mess up the electric bill. But and then over here we have 2 of the UV sterilizers. So pretty big system here that we're going to be using on this pond setup. So yeah, this is going to be kind of fun putting together, and the goal is to actually put it all back here. I need to kind of gut this area out once we're all done, flatten it out. I'm kind of envisioning some railroad ties back here, kind of creating for a wall there, and possibly some stuff over here on the side, and really make this area flat, compact it down, and then that's where the filtration system is going to go. That supply line will be coming around this bend way over here from the skimmer, and then obviously going through all of its different items and then spitting back out, heading for the waterfall. So this will make more sense as time goes by. And I'm kind of hoping that some more rocks will be built up over here in this area, and obviously a lot of the plant life will come around, because I really don't want to see the filter at all. Maybe by, you know, next spring, summer, when this whole thing kind of starts filling in, it'll make more sense at that time. So yeah, we've got a lot of parts and pieces here, and I think this is going to be a pretty wild looking filtration system. He had it running a pond that was 20,000 gallons. And we don't have that at all. We're probably pushing maybe 4,500 to 5,000 gallons. So we're a little over filtered. So, all right, we're moving on. All right, so one of the things I just got done doing, as you can see, I've got this crazy contraption going on here with a couple of 2x4s and a piece of plywood right there. Because what happened is, from a couple of the rains that we did have in the last couple of weeks, it really kind of eroded out this area, and the water just kind of like fell right over. And when it was doing that, it literally cut a path down inside here, which it's hard to tell right now behind the piece of plywood. But what we had to do was kind of make up like a muddy slurry and just kind of build it up down there, packing it in with the 2x4. So that's going to be pretty nice tomorrow when I pop off the 2x4. It'll be nice and flat. So while that's drying, I went ahead and moved on, and now over here with the skimmer box, I went ahead and took off the cover to expose this nasty thing, the original liner that was there. You can see how they cut this, which I gotta believe I'm probably gonna do it the same way, and we'll put on the proper sealant around its perimeter. But yeah, so this is all cleaned up and ready to go, and we need to go ahead and probably put this back on, because the water, the final elevation of the water is actually right there. That's the line. So, and that's kind of a very important thing. That needs to go on, because it all comes down to that base right there where I just showed you a few seconds ago, where I'm kind of cutting out the land. So that's kind of really going to dictate everything on how the skimmer box sits right here on the side wall. So once this dries tomorrow, we'll go ahead and put that in position, and possibly I might need to just cut down a little bit more, bringing it down so that we know exactly where the final line is going to be right through here. So tomorrow I've got two of my buddies coming over, because now I've got this worked all where I want it right now. I was messing with that for the last 2 hours, but this rock right here, that is the top cap, and it's got to go right up underneath the waterfall. And that rock, ooh man, that bad boy, that's probably 300 pounds. That's a big one. That's probably pushing 5 inches thick. Let me get over here so you can see this one. It was in the last video. It still has moss growing on it, which is kind of cool. We want to kind of keep that look, and maybe, if we're lucky, that moss will kind of spread out and work its way throughout the entire waterfall. But this is probably about 50 inches in length, 24 inches wide, 5 inches thick, and man, is it heavy. So it's right here. It's almost in its final spot. We just have to very carefully pick it up and slide it right there up underneath the lip of the waterfall. So that's going to look pretty sweet here in due time. So now that I've been kind of reviewing the project and seeing all of what has been done and where we need to go here in the near future, I can't believe it, but it's actually time to probably install the glass.
Oh, yeah!
I've really been holding back on this. I didn't want any of these rocks, especially with the machine here, to accidentally hit the glass. But I think now, like I said, once that big rock is in position, you know, all the small detail work will probably be done in the very end, including the foaming and putting in more gravel, which you can see I've already put in some right there. There's some back over through here. And a lot of this whole area is going to get gravel. Obviously, the whole bottom is going to get gravel. But to do the glass, I have to pull the liner back and get everything completely out of the way, so that when me and the guys pick this glass up, we have to come through here, obviously, create some form of staging area, and then eventually silicone the 3x3 angle iron, and then obviously push the glass up into position, and then create multiple supports pushing on the glass for at least the first 24 hours. So yeah, I'm actually kind of shocked, but I think it's finally time to go ahead and put the glass in. So you're going to be seeing that unfold here real fast. All right, guys, the Amazon driver was just here and dropped off that 50-foot hose, 2-inch diameter. So that's what we're going to be using for the supply and return lines for this GC-TEC filtration system. So you're probably really going to jump on this one in the next part. But for now, we're going to go ahead and wrap up this video. Once again, we got nailed with some rain. What's up, buddy? Got nailed with some rain last night, and we are somewhat full again. So getting ready to pump that out. But other than that, thanks for watching, subscribing, follow along. We'll go ahead and see you on part 7. As the next part is going to be probably the good one, where we put in the glass. Finally, after all these, well, it's more than just weeks. It's many, many months.
Wait till they get a load of me. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
It is definitely starting to come together, as you can see. And even now we have the top rock way up there by the waterfall. It's just kind of sitting there in a way. We're going to be building up this side here on the left and a little bit more on the right, but at least that monster is in position. So that being said, we're going to see you guys on the next one. And till then, we are out of here.